Do we have a slide now, Dawn? I was just waiting for everything to load to see if that's what the issue is. Do you have a slide? Today is Tuned In Tuesday. Are you tuned in? I'm glad you do, Lynn. I'm hoping Dawn has a slide. He's recording. Something about us being on wireless. I'm low. Well, put it up a little bit. Is that better? Maybe a little, just a little bit more. A little bit more. There we go. There we go. That should be good. Awesome. Tuned In Tuesday, Dr. Wayne Dyer. I wasn't a lifelong follower of Dr. Wayne Dyer. I only really started following him through Esther Hicks and really when I watched his movie, The Shift. Have you ever seen it? Awesome. And we read this book on the call, Co-Creating at Its Best. So it was an interview, and actually I think we played the interview. The interview is on, you can watch the movie. It's a pretty awesome interview. Anyway, he's a pretty special guy. He died peacefully in his sleep one night for no reason. His heart just gave out. It was time for him to go. I expect his questions were all answered, just like Jerry Hicks. It's just time to go. We all choose when it's time to go. And I remember thinking like how amazing that was, that he just went peacefully in his sleep. Abundance is not something we acquire. It's something we tune into. Whether that abundance is love or money or health, it's really a vibration. Everything is a vibration. Every single thing you look at is a vibration. And the universe cannot give you what you ask for unless you are in vibration with what you're asking for. Your desire has to meet the vibration you're giving out. So sometimes we think we're in harmony with what we're asking for, and the truth is we may not be, and we can tell by what's coming in our lives. Are our lives changing? Are we changing things? Are we advancing? Is there more money in our bank account? Is our business growing? Are we at least seeing activity? Are we seeing change? Because if we're not, then we need to tune in and check in with our thoughts, because somewhere in there is that doubting Thomas. Put your hand up if somewhere in the back of your mind there's still that little doubting Thomas. I have that little doubting Thomas comes rearing its ugly head every once in a while. Usually when big things are about to happen, it comes and rears its ugly head, doubting Thomas. You start doubting yourself. Anyone? Carl? Dawn? Fern? Lynn? I expect we'll see Claudia soon. Did you ever have that little doubting Thomas in you? If I put you all to sleep? Anybody out there? Oh, there you are. Doubting Thomas. Yeah, too much sometimes. And it's, Carl, never say too much, okay? So we need to change our vocabulary, because now you're beating yourself up because you doubt yourself too much. But it's good to recognize it, okay? It's good to recognize, you know what, you're right. That doubting Thomas comes up. And once you've recognized something, once you know something, you can't unknow it. So once you recognize there's a doubting Thomas, you recognize it and you say, there you are again. Hello, my friend. Glad you're here to remind me I'm amazing. You change your thoughts, right? Recognize it's there and say, hello, my friend. Thank you for being here. Everyone can rise above their circumstances and achieve success if they are dedicated to and passionate about what they do. And that's very true. You have to be dedicated, you have to be committed, you have to take action, and you have to stay committed to that action. You can't just pay it lip service. You can't say, well, I'm going to do it, and not do it. Question why it's there, then resolve it. I'm not sure about questioning why it's there. Resolving it is easy because you just let it go. You create a different intention. That's right. It's about your intention. So it's recognizing. It's like saying, something's bothering me. I better go find out what it is. Something's really bothering me. I feel terrible. I better figure out what's bothering me. I'm of the mind that just recognizing that something is bothering you is enough. And all you need to do is take your focus away from what's bothering you, from this bothering feeling, and do things that are going to raise your vibration. Do things that are going to help you feel better. So when you feel that doubting Thomas come into the back of your mind, you can feel it in your shoulders. It's there. You hear it. You hear that little voice. You tend to ignore it, but it's there. Recognize it. Welcome it. Say, I recognize you. And then go about being happy. Right? You get to the emotion of it. Yes, thank you, Dawn, for that. So it's not about questioning why it's there or understanding that doubting Thomas or understanding those negative thoughts. It's not about even knowing what those thoughts are. It's about recognizing the feeling of it. Because you get that dread. You all know that dreaded feeling? Yeah, the doubting Thomas discernment. So you get that dreaded feeling and you got to go, oh, what's causing that? There I go doubting myself again. Most of us don't even recognize we're doing it, and we just continue to do it, and then things don't happen, right? So you need to recognize it, and you can say, I'm ready. I'm tuned in. You take a big breath, you smile, you exhale, and I got to tell you, Don doesn't even know this. Might be surprised, but yesterday, while I was going through our book, Smile for No Good Reason, we're almost finished the book, I had an idea about writing my book, Get Stuck on Happy. It's going to be a really simple book to put together, so I'm not really too concerned about it, but I actually, check it out, got it started. So there I have, whoa, where's my other page? And oh, there it is. I have 50 chapters, basically, for my book, and I think that's a good number of little chapters, and there they are. I've got 2 pages of them, and what those are, so the story is Get Stuck on Happy, simple things you can do to turn on those happy buttons. Simple things you can do to turn on your happy buttons. Or something to that effect. What do you think? It's going to be simple things you can do. I don't want to say simple things you can do to be happy, because that's what this book says, so I'd be plagiarizing. But it's simple things you can do now. Simple things you can do when things go wrong. I don't know. I'll figure that out. That's always been my challenge. But I'm not going to let the subtitle deter me. My goal is that each day I will write a chapter. So that's my goal. Shouldn't take long to do each chapter, and that is my goal. So we are on principle number 12 in our book. We read it yesterday, but who was here? Just Fern and I and Dawn. So we decided we wanted to read this again because it was so important. Enter the happy hut. Oh, simple things you can do to enter the happy hut. Oh, I like that. Let me write that down. Enter your happy hut. I love it. All right, that's one. I need ideas. We can always perceive ourselves and others as either extending love or giving a call for help. Have you ever thought of it that way? You can look at others and see them as either extending love or asking for help. I define love thus: the will to extend oneself for the purpose of nurturing one's own or another's spiritual growth. Whenever we do actually exert ourselves in the cause of spiritual growth, it is because we have chosen to do so. The choice to love has been made from the road less traveled. nurturing your spiritual growth. That's what we're doing here, isn't it? That's why we're turning on our happy buttons. That's what it is. It's all about feeling that. It's when I play that song by Anya that I had playing at the beginning of the call, and I'll play it at the end of the call today because it's just such a wonderful song. I vibrate through my whole body, and that's when I get that feeling of I can't explain it. Do you all know the feeling I'm talking about? It's that feeling of being connected. Patience is the greatest gift you can give. I can't think of anything that patience doesn't improve. It is like angels left something for us mortals to use. Every time somebody has been patient with me, there is an instant bonding and appreciation in my heart, even if I was not able to show it. Patience is always an extension of love, and therefore always is of benefit. If someone is having a difficult time, getting upset, judging, or pressuring may get some type of result, but they will never improve the quality of the relationship. However, if you respond with patience, the situation takes on a different energy and feeling. Hi, Darla. Not sure if I said hi already or not, so hello. Great to have you with us. The best way to shift a situation from a problematic struggle to a positive communication is to stop judging and see the person as making a call for help, for love. Remember, calls for help are not always straightforward. Sometimes the ugliest of behavior from another person is really a call for help. No matter what they are saying or doing, think of a subtitle flashing across their heart saying, "The reason I am behaving this way is that I feel afraid and alone. What I really want is to be loved." Although patience is something we give to other people, as with all acts of love, we are equal recipients of the gift. Patience directly teaches that to give is to receive. The simplest reason to be patient is that it feels a whole lot better than being a controlling, stressed-out maniac. When you make the choice to develop patience, you take a tremendous weight off your shoulders, and then your heart naturally opens. When you become uptight, seems to be a hot commodity today. Faster is what sells. Faster people, faster computers, faster travel. If a discussion takes more than a soundbite, it seems too long. In contrast, I have yet to see the word speed in conjunction with any true spiritual practice. Something miraculous happens when you decide to be patient. Patience opens the door to the magic of the moment, where lessons of love abound and anything is possible. Fear and impatience are inseparable. Patience comes when you trust in the power of love. Hi, Gary. Great to have you with us today. Time is it? I think we have time for one more section. We'll talk about this for a bit. Yeah, the next section is small. Patience. We can all learn a little more patience. Do you agree? In all situations, in all things. Yeah, we can all learn to be patient. Develop awareness. Trust your heart and take action. I think the biggest thing here is talking about judging others when they're having a difficult time. When what someone else does affects you emotionally. That's a judgment, right? I think that is when patience is required the most. That is when we have to recognize that we need to be patient and trust in love, and we need to extend love to those that are really crying out for love, right? Develop awareness, trust your heart, and take an action. Are you busy without purpose? Are you reluctant to make decisions or changes because you are afraid you will make a mistake or fail? If the answer is yes to either question, you're not alone. Many people have a block in the natural cycle of awareness, trust, and action. Though it is typically not difficult for me to make decisions, earlier today I took at least 3 hours to make a relatively simple one. I made the whole thing into quite a big deal. Instead of paying attention to what I knew to be true, I became way too involved in my head. I weighed the alternatives. I thought of which decision was best for other people. I considered time constraints. I tried to predict the outcome of all alternatives. I prayed, as well as can be done when I'm stuck in my intellect, and I talked. I exhausted myself. Finally, I made a decision. Then I changed my mind. At last, I laughed at how far from simple wisdom I can wander. It is difficult to see the truth about a situation or to know how to react when you are wringing out your mind like a wet towel. In my work with animals, especially herd animals such as horses, I've noticed that they're always aware. There is a sensitivity to their surroundings, to the life in and around them, and to what action is needed. There is absolutely nothing dishonest about them. Their actions come from being aware and trusting in a natural wisdom. They don't say, as I did earlier today, well, a part of me feels this way and a part of me feels the other way. Based on their awareness and trusting in the information that comes from that awareness, they take action. There is no, am I making the right decision? There's no, I need more information. There's no, can you give me more time? In response to my observations on the wisdom of animals, it has been said to me, well, humans have a cerebral cortex that differentiates us from animals. With it, we can think and reason. I reply, as with any advanced technology, it is good to know how and when to turn the thing off. Reason and other higher brain functions can be wonderful tools, but they can also be slippery partners. Sometimes, if not most times, we are way too much in our heads to make good decisions and take appropriate actions. Take time each day to ask yourself the following. What am I aware of? Use your 5 senses. Plus be aware of your soul and your connection with all that is. What am I feeling in my heart? Many times the answers of the heart are beyond words and come via a sense of knowing. God speaks to you through your heart, but not always in words. What actions am I guided to take? Here is where you may have to stretch. It is one thing to listen to guidance, but it takes guts to follow it. Change occurs whether you want it or not, so you might as well try following your inner guidance. In doing so, change becomes your friend, because you come to know the one aspect of life that never changes. God loves you. The universe loves you. There's love everywhere. Be aware of who you are, of all you are. Trust who speaks to you through the heart. Take loving actions and know you do not walk alone. Powerful stuff. Hi, Claudia. Great to have you with us. I just see Gary wrote something here. Doubtful this is on topic of what you're talking about, but something I've noticed recently, I always used to wonder how people seem to never sleep online. Now I get it. Sometimes a short, deep sleep can feel like a full night's rest. Well, and maybe it just seems that people never sleep. And the truth of the matter is, Gary, they don't sleep, and they're control freaks, and they got to get it done, and they've got so much to do, and they're working 18, 20 hours a day, and they're crazy, and they're not getting anywhere. They're not enjoying life. So if they're online all the time, however they're doing it, it's not healthy. It's not the right way to do it. It's not a good way to do it. They're not enjoying life, I can tell you that. Now, having said that, I'm at my computer quite a bit during the day, but I'm not at my computer 24/7. Honestly, I'm not. Seems like it sometimes, but I'm not. I do shut it off. I do tune in because I know that tuning in is so important. So important. Claudia said the same thing happened as yesterday, something to do with Chrome and Adobe plugins. That's really weird. I use Chrome and haven't had anything like that happen. I guess I'm not sure what Windows you're using. Could be something to do with that. Glad you found the page. Oh, you're on Windows 10? Yeah, I'm not having any problems with it. And I suspect you've rebooted? Sometimes you have to uninstall the Chrome plugin because it shouldn't have to install anything. That's the beauty of this conferencing software, is there are no plugins. So it sounds like Chrome is your issue, so just check your plugins on Chrome, the things that run with Chrome, so there might be a conflict there. All right, we're just about 5 minutes to the bottom of the hour. An update on Windows, sometimes that'll do it. It'll fix things or not. and sometimes the updates cause you to have to do updates to everything else. So that could be it as well. What would you guys like to meditate to today? We have our Zen 12. We have our 4 Abraham meditations and our 3 Laurie Granger. Being present. Oh, I like that one too. Anyone else? You know what, Darla? I'm going to change that. Not sometimes. Less is always more. Less is always more. Staying focused, doing the little things instead of we get so wrapped up in our heads with everything that needs to get done that we aren't focusing on the little thing we're doing right now. And if what we did was gave everything we have to the little thing we're doing right now, you'd be amazed at how many things we would get done. But while we're doing the little thing we're doing right now, our brain is off doing 5 million other things, right? We're thinking about we're thinking about what we have to do next. And we haven't even finished what we're doing now, but we're worried about getting it done because we have to do what's next. And so it's really important to let that go. And being present is one way to do that. Being mindful, tuning in always throughout the day. I am going to challenge each and every one of you throughout the day today to check in regularly, to tune in and think, am I on track? Am I feeling stressed out? Am I getting overwhelmed? Do I have things organized? Am I okay? And the answer is always yes, I'm okay. And maybe you need to tune in a little more. So let's do some Laurie Granger, Be Present. Let's see if I can find little Laurie. Where are you, Laurie? There you are. I'll get the link for those who it may not play in the room. And with Laurie, just listen to her instructions. If your thoughts start wandering off, don't worry about it. Recognize it when you do and come back to the meditation as often as you can, and that's what she recommends as well. So just come back as often as you can. If you have to do it 100 times, do it 100 times. It's okay. Okay? We'll see you back here in 15 minutes.
Gathering yourself into a strong posture of balance and dignity now. Feet firmly settled on the ground. Head straight, and chin tucked, elongating through the back of the neck, imagining holding up the sky with the crown of your head, and dropping the eyelids, softening the eyes behind, softening and settling the eyes in this sweet darkness of the body in stillness. Breathing into a relaxed belly with no holding, receiving the breath fully, expanding the belly as the diaphragm moves down to allow a long, full breath, and holding the breath for a fraction of a second, then letting go of the breath slowly and calmly, breathing in, feeling the belly rise on the inhalation, holding a bit, and letting the exhale come smoothly, practicing the deep belly breath now, here, now, abiding here with each breath, feeling the body rise and fall with the breath, in and out, with awareness of the receiving and the letting go. And now, just allowing the breath to be effortless. Effortless breath, letting go on the exhalations, re-arriving into this new breath, this re-arrival, and then this new release, and so re-arrive and release. And dropping awareness now down under thinking into this moment, into now, just how it presents itself to our senses. Now, hearing whatever sounds there are to hear, whatever sounds meet the ear. Just hearing and not making any judgments about whether the sound is pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. Just hearing and being fully with hearing this moment as my voice becomes silent. And releasing awareness of the hearing experience. And on the next inhalation, bringing your awareness to your body sitting here. What is here? What do you feel in the body generally? Feel and notice where the awareness settles freely in the body, and wherever it lands, not making any judgments about what you feel or where the awareness has landed in the body. Now, bringing full awareness to feeling the feet. What is here to feel in the feet? Tingling, temperature, just noticing. And feeling the legs. What is here to feel in the legs? Tension, tightness, holding, a sense of freedom, just noticing. Feeling the buttocks on the cushion or the chair. What is here to feel? Just noticing. Feeling the groin area. What is here? Just noticing, being aware. Feeling the belly, noticing hunger, fullness, sensations. What is here? Just noticing. Feeling the chest and the lungs, breathing, keeping you alive in this moment. Filling, releasing oxygen and energy, moment to moment. The chest softly undulating to the breath. Feeling the lungs, feeling this breath. Feeling the heart beating, the beautiful rhythm of your unique life. Touching this moment of rhythm and life from the inside, and contact this very moment of your life through the heartbeat. And now, here, now, moving your awareness up to the shoulders and feeling them from the inside, and releasing them from any burdens, dropping any holding and letting go, allowing the shoulders to fully relax. And now, here, now, and now, attending to the face, and feeling the face smooth and soften, the cheeks, the nose, the contours of the eyes, and looking now behind closed lids, looking up to the place between the brows, and focusing this very moment, seeing, feeling, hearing this very moment. And now, here, now, looking into the mind and allowing a memory of happiness to float into the mind's eye. Recall this moment. Recall the people, the scene, the event. See this happy moment. Let it form in image and emotion in the body. Notice how the heart feels. Notice as a small smile forms on your lips. Notice how the face brightens. Notice the warmth that happiness brings to the heart and face and belly. Hold this feeling close. Enter it with all your being. Allow the feelings of happiness to move from your smile over your face and from your heart over your entire upper body and down your back and legs, with a glistening glow flowing over your entire being. This is how the body experiences happiness. This is your experience. This is the happiness potential inside your heart. As you resonate with this warm glow, you are contacting your ability to conjure and hold happiness in your life. This moment, this breath, let me breathe in happiness. Being present with all, wakeful to this moment, alive and happy in the body, mind, and heart. And in a moment you will hear the bell to end this practice of being present.
Well, that was pretty dreamy. How was that for you, Carl? Did you enjoy that, Gary? It's quite wonderful, wasn't it? Let's stay in this relaxed state. And we're going to take a couple deep breaths like we usually do. We're going to do a big breath in, put a big smile on your face, and exhale on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Big breath in. Big smile and exhale. And let's do that one more time. Big breath in. And big smile and exhale. Whoa. Can you feel that energy? Thank you, Lynn. Appreciate you very, very much. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day today. I hope the install goes exceptionally well. Let's do today's affirmation. Say it out loud with me. I am willing to learn whatever I need to learn. I am willing to change and to grow. I now attract to myself everything I need on the physical level to help me. You may want to write that one down. Let me just grab it for you here and post it in the text chat. So if you want to copy it and maybe post it on your wall or post it, print it off, whatever you want to do with it, there it is. You can copy it. Say it out loud again. I am willing to learn whatever I need to learn. I am willing to change and to grow. I now attract to myself everything I need on the physical level to help me. I like that affirmation. Doesn't that one feel good? Affirmations are important, and on top of affirmations are actions. It's important that you take the actions necessary to move you forward, even if it's a little bit every day. You don't have to do massive action every day, but you have to invest yourself as much as you can every day, and a little bit more every day. So I've been, as you guys know, following Weight Watchers and doing my best to stay on track and on target. I do have some challenges, but it's getting easier. So it takes me a couple weeks to get into the plan, and I'm pretty much into the swing of it now. And I've really come to realize that it's all about making moment. Bye, Lynn. Have an amazing day. It's all about making moment-by-moment choices and moment-by-moment intentions. And so as I reach for the lovely food that I love eating, the food that's not good for me, the food that adds calories, the empty food, I stop and make a decision. I stop and rethink my choices. Okay? So I think about, do I really want to have that? Am I willing to sacrifice this to have that? Is it worth that much to me? Or can I do this instead? And more often than not, I do this instead. And when I do choose to have that indulgence, I enjoy every bit of it. And I have it within the limitation. So I limit myself. I don't, I got to tell you, for the last year or so, I think I checked on Weight Watchers. It's been over a year. We're pushing a year and a half of indulgence. And to be honest, I put on 15 pounds. Not a lot. When I look at what I eat on a daily basis and I look at what I ate over the last year and a half and the activity I didn't participate in the last year and a half, I'm amazed that I didn't balloon. However, I am very focused to get back to feeling good again because I really liked it at the weight I was before I indulged myself. However, don't be fooling yourself. I enjoyed every mouthful of it, and I knew what it was doing to me. And really, all I needed to do was get more active, and I would have been fine. But I didn't, and that's fine. It is what it is, right? at the end of the day, I knew what I was doing. It's not like I was mindlessly doing it. I would catch myself. I did catch myself, because I wasn't consciously eating. Yeah, you know what I mean, Claudia. But I'm not going to deny it. I enjoyed it. I knew what I was doing. It's not like I went into it blindly and it just happened one day. I woke up fat. Okay? My sister-in-law, oh my goodness, I don't know. Did I tell you guys the story about, she sent me an email. I thought I was going to pee my pants. She writes regularly, once or twice a week, and updates us on their travels in China. And she was talking about when she had to substitute teach. And she had two little girls come up to her. One wanted to know why her breasts were so large, and the other wanted to know why she was so fat. These are little Chinese girls. Chinese people are not exactly fat, and they certainly aren't large-breasted. So my poor sister-in-law. Anyway, it's a good thing she's used to little girls. She was a principal here in Canada. She's a pretty amazing woman, and she just took it all in stride. She was pretty funny about it. But can you imagine? Out of the mouths of babes, hey? Out of the mouths of babes. Anybody have anything to share? Well, thank you, Gary. I mean, I got to say, 15, like I said, 15 pounds isn't a lot. I can hide that fairly easily anymore, and it would have started to show. But I don't feel good. All right. So I'm already on I'm on the downward slide. So I'm losing weight. I feel every day I'm feeling a little bit better because I can tell that my body is responding to the activity that I'm doing, and it does. My muscles are very responsive. It's amazing. We have amazing bodies. Did you know that? If you give them what they need, they will respond. And I'll have to tell you how it all started, because this is important. No, I'm not what you would call fat. I am actually, I mean, I'm carrying too much weight for me. I'm short, so a little bit of weight doesn't go very far. You know what I mean. But I need to tell you how this all started for me, because when I look back, I can see it. When I would shower, I would visualize showering my skinny me. I mean, I was never skinny. I've never been skinny in my life, but my healthy, slimmer me, when I'm at a healthy weight. And I'm at the top end of my Weight Watchers goal weight, but my goal weight is I still have another 10 pounds to go. And then I would like to lose 5 more, if I can. I'm not going to make myself crazy doing it. I'm just going to continue eating healthy and enjoying life, because that's important. But when I would shower, and as I was showering myself and touching myself, my eyes would be closed, and I would, hold my stomach in. We all know how to. Do you know how to hold your abdomen in? Do you know how to flex your stomach muscles? However little they are, do you? Just curious, because that's what I would do. I would wash my hair. I would flex my stomach muscles, but picture a nice toned stomach, which I've never had, to be honest with you. However, much more toned than it is now. I could picture, because I could feel those muscles. When you contract them, they're there. It's like, hello, muscles, welcome back. And so I would picture myself slimmer, because I know how that looks. I know how my clothes fit. I know how I feel. And so I started by visualizing that. And then we were visiting my cousin, and she was talking about going on Weight Watchers. I said, hey, do you want to be my Weight Watchers buddy? And she said yes, and I came home and signed up. She still hasn't signed up, which I think is really quite hilarious. Okay. But I did. And as I said, it took me a while to acclimatize, and I'm okay with that. I knew it would. I knew I would get on track because I was serious about losing this weight. I mean, I think it's an age thing. I recognize that the older that this body becomes, like the longer that this body is on this planet, the more I need to take care of it. I need to feed it. It's like feeding a plant. My plants grow well, but I need to take care of them. I need to give them water, and I need to feed my body. I need to give my body good food as best as I can, And I need to, I mean, I love food. I'll be honest with you. I love food. Gravity takes its toll. Our tissue changes. However, the truth is if we feed our bodies properly, that really doesn't happen that much. If you feed your body enough water, if you give it the minerals and the nutrients it needs, you're not going to show the age. Your body will last longer. Let's just put it that way. That's what I believe. Any challenges today? Anything you have to face coming up? I'm pretty excited because I'm really hoping that the new technology is going to be released tonight. I haven't heard yet, but I am crossing my fingers and hoping and praying that it is going to be live tonight, because there's nothing that I would like more than to be able to be doing this call from upgraded technology tomorrow, to be live on Facebook, and wouldn't that be cool? All right, come on up, Claudia. We'd love.
Okay, on the front it says everyone is an artist, and then you turn around.
That is awesome, Claudia. And how will you paint your world? The truth is that we can paint our world however we want, right? From wherever we are right now, we can stop right now, just like you did, Claudia. How long ago is that now? A couple months now that you stopped and you started visualizing a different life. You started visualizing the life you wanted. You just visualized it without expectation other than expectation of love, and your whole world has changed. Your entire world has been flipped upside down, and it's like, oh, wow. You're painting your world. And we can all do that. And it starts with our thoughts. We have to let go of everything. We have to practice, 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 practice. And then you have to practice, 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 practice. And you need to not ever stop practicing. Do you get that? You need to never stop practicing. You need to practice being happy forever. Forever. Regardless of what's going on, your objective is to get to happy. Life throws you a curveball, get to happy. As soon as you can, however you can. It can take time, but the time depends on you. What are you willing to do? When are you willing to say, whoa, stop? Enough of that. I'm not happy. I'm going to get back to happy. How do you get back to happy? Do you change the situation? No. You change your thinking about the situation. You change what's going on inside. The situation will take care of itself. No one believes me when I say that, but it's so true. Ask Claudia. How many situations have you turned around, Claudia? You're getting to be an expert at it. And I'm pretty excited. I was just showing everybody at the beginning of the class. There it is. You see it. Look. Do you see it? Check it out. Look, 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 Claudia. Look, look, look. Look, look, look. Look, look, look at that. 50 of them. Yep. It has begun. How cool is that? And now I'm accountable because I showed it to everyone. Compromise is key because here's the key, all right, guys? You know what? Ain't no two people the same. Doesn't matter if you're the bestest of buddies. You got to compromise in life. We don't think alike. We don't all have the same interests, but we have mutual interests. And so we come together over our mutual interests and we allow each other to have our differences. It's our differences that make us unique. It's our differences that change our worlds. Yes? So I just want to remind you that today, no matter where you're going, no matter what you're doing, no matter who you are doing it with, make it your dominant intent to look for things that feel good. Remember, when you feel good, you're vibrating with your higher power. You are in tune with who you really are. Get in tune with who you really are, and everything around you will change. Let everything go. Be happy no matter what. Choose to get where you need to get, whatever it takes to get there. Just allow it. Know it will happen if you allow it to happen. Gary says one of the best things you can do sometimes is cut ties with a person who isn't positive and tries to drag you down. Oh, Gary, the absolute truth is you got to cut ties with negative people. However, when there are people in our lives who are negative that we are unable to cut ties with, therefore, we become the positive side of the negative when we're around them. We don't have to take on their negative. It's not about us. It's about them. They're on a different journey. It's okay. We don't have to take it on. We had to deal with that up in Edmonton. We're past the hour here, but you know, I have one of my best friends. I love her to bits. I just love spending time. We laugh together. We have a lot of great times together. She's really negative. She complains a lot. And I recognize that on the weekend. I mean, I was really glad to be away from there. Because after a while, it's like, God, I mean, I'm just, it can be challenging, but we have to look at it differently and be the positive side of their negative. And on that note, I'm going to send you off with a little more Enya to help you find your way.